Hey guys, Joe Black Mage here with a deck profile. As you know, I ran windups last format, and with the new ban list, some people thought that windups were dead because Mighty was limited, but then people just started looking for more combos, and now we have tap operative OTKs, we have, and now the Shockmaster's out, we can bring that out turn one, virtually win the game with that kind of field, so obviously I had to revise a lot of things in the build as opposed to what I had before, so I'm only doing the main deck today because a lot of the Xyz monsters are in the mail. So we'll start with the monsters. First, we start out with 3 copies of Wind Up Rabbit. Now this card is by far the most versatile wind-up monster in the deck. You can banish it to plus off factory, you can reuse wind-up monsters, you can dodge effect veilers, you have shenanigans with Leviair, it's a floating Xyz material monster, it can beat your opponent down. I could go on and on and on why Rabbit is a good card. And yeah, you have 3 wind-up sharks. There's just no reason why I should explain that. 3 wind-up rats, shenanigans with Pap Operative. It's like you have 3 more tour guides. Since tour guide is semi-limited, it's good to have those insta-rank 3s. Wind-up rat's a really good card. I run 3 Magician. The reason why I run 3 as opposed to 2 is because I like maximizing the probability of opening Magician Shark first turn, going into Shockmaster, and then watching my opponent cry. And also, you can use 2 of them for the Magician Shark combo, and then if you have Magician Shark again, you can do the 1 Magician, Special Shark, Rat and Defense, Pap Operative. And you can go Pap Operative and Zen Mains or something like that, so it just allows for more plays within the deck. To round out the last of the wind-up monsters, we have a Wind-Up Hunter and a Wind-Up Kitten. Now, Wind-Up Hunter should be obvious. I mean, when you're grinding and it's mid-game, you want that hand control element. You can still discard 2 to 3 cards out of your opponent's hand with Hunter, and getting cards out of the hand is still amazing, especially since Dark Worlds can't do crap about it. And Kitten, people don't really pay attention to Kitten anymore. It's a bad opening draw, but Kitten has been very useful. Heroes are popular now, and Kitten just wrecks the Shining. You can reuse Kitten with Rabbit and Rat, bring it out with Zen Mighty from the deck. With Kitten, you have a plethora of OTK options. It helps push the Shockmaster OTK, and you can OTK with Magician and Shark if your opponent has 1 monster on the field, regardless of what monster it is, unless it's like Plasma or something, thanks to Kitten. Then we have our tour guide engine, 2 tour guides, a Sangan, and a tour bus. Tour bus can be inconsistent, but you run it so you can recycle that 1 Zen Mighty back to the deck, and sometimes if you draw Sangan first, and then you search tour guide, you can tour guide bus, and then search, and then bring the tour guide back in the deck, so you still have another tour guide play with these 2. Tour guide engine. The last of my monsters are personal tech. I main deck 2 Snowman Eaters. Thunder King Ryo is really popular now that Injectors are gone, and you need outs. And plus, Snowman Eater gives monster removal to the deck. Gets rid of Ryos. This card rapes heroes. It's an all-around good card. 1-for-1 monster removal. It's a +1 most of the time, because Snowman Eater is probably the best card in the grind game, and then when you use it up, you can summon like a Hunter, or you can summon an otherwise dead tour bus, and then you can overlay into Zen Mighty, and then start doing some shenanigans with it. And the last monster to round out the deck is Spirit Reaper. Sometimes with Geargias, if they don't go into Scrap Dragon, or with like Dino Rabbits, I don't know if they're still doing good. I mean, they haven't topped YCS Toronto as far as I've heard, so probably not. But Heroes, unless they waste a Gemini Spark on it, well, they could use Skill Drain. But Spirit Reaper is good to stall initially if you just open Spirit Reaper and otherwise bad hand. It turns your bad hand into a semi-moderate hand because you can stall behind Reaper while gaining the resources needed to commit to the board. And plus, this discard out of the hand thing is really good when you're going into beatdown mode and you're just removing all their monsters, and Reaper knocks cards out of their hand. That way you have field control and hand control. Anyways, spells. You've got your staples. You've got Monster Reborn. You've got Dark Hole. You got Heavy Storm. You got Book, and you've got Pot of Avarice. So, all obvious. You have 2 Typhoons. I don't run 3 because 3 Mystical Space Typhoons tends to be really cloggy. I just don't like it. 2 is a lot better in my opinion, and plus it gives room for other things in the deck. I run 3 Wind-Up Factories. A lot of people have decided to run 2, but I run 3 because I want to increase my chances of opening Wind-Up Factory, so then I can search for all my rats and sharks and stuff. Factory is just a really good card in the deck. It's integral to the strategy. We have traps, you have Judgment, well, and you have the 2 warnings, so that makes the Brigade. You have double Torrential, works really good with floaters. This Torrential works because windups have so many floaters. You have Rabbit, you have Sangan, you can bring out a Maestro, you can bring out a Tyrus, you can bring out a Zen Mains. They're all virtually unaffected by it. With Zen Mains, you can pop one of your set cards afterwards. 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. So good this format. 2-dimensional prisons. Again, now that Injectors are gone, so good this format. These 4 cards, I mean, Grapha can just be so annoying when you're playing Dark Worlds. These 4 cards get rid of the Shining, Light Pulsar Dragon, or get rid of their 1 copy of Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon. It's just so good. And then 2 Fiendish Chains. People don't really run this card, but I still think that Fiendish Chain is a good card in some matchups. Because if you're playing Geargias, you can capitalize on a Fiendish Chain on like a Beret or a Geargian X or a Geargi Armor. It's really good against Geargias. In the mirror match, obviously, Fiendish Chain is really good. And I don't main deck Effect Veilers, because, I don't know, I've always preferred Fiendish Chain over Effect Veilers, so these are basically my Veilers of the deck. Ryos, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Fiendish Chain is a good card still. So, yeah, that was my deck profile of the Wind-Up deck. Here's to hoping that it wins YCS Toronto, and the 2 extra Sharks and 2 extra Zen Mighties that are sitting in my binder go up in price. And, yeah, thanks for watching.